As we move forward into more incredible realms of gaming, everything is getting better. Graphics, storylines, prices, and profits. Even VR in the console market is starting to find a footing. However, digging deeper into the conventions of modern gaming unearths some inner demons. Questionable mechanics, bare-bones titles ready to be bloated with paywall DLC, and of course, microtransactions. Sometimes the industry take their consumer base for granted, treat us like fools. But we can see past your bugs, your glitches, your actions tainting the name of modern video games. I'm Rich from What Culture, and here are 10 annoying things that are ruining modern gaming. Number 10. Specialist vision modes. Assassin's Creed brought many good things to the table over the course of its run, but also brought us Eagle Vision, an X-ray-esque mechanic that allowed the player to differentiate between goodies and baddies from afar. Since then, it's been cropping up in other AAA titles such as The Last of Us, Hitman, Tomb Raider, Batman Arkham games, and even Far Cry Primal. Batman's inclusion at least makes sense since he's up to his nads in gadgets, but the others don't appear as justified. Used sparingly, the mechanic would be a welcome addition in the bleakest of times, but since you can use it whenever, it's as if the publisher has no faith in our ability to solve our own problems. Number 9. Paying money to boost stats. Many titles utilize some kind of microtransaction system, thankfully not always in an obtrusive way. Overwatch and the upcoming Quake Champions microtransaction formula is purely for cosmetic items, but if it stands for more than goofy hats, you get pay to win. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 was the first COD title to introduce microtransactions in the form of cosmetics, weapon camos, and dabbing. But eventually, weapons were added into the mix. Now some of the most powerful weapons come from supply drops. Sure, you can grind and get the necessary currency, but it's a longer process in comparison to dropping a few real-life bucks on virtual items. Not everyone can or will spend real money on crates, further dividing those with the good weapons and those with the bad ones. Let's see how World War II's multiplayer fares. Number 8. Arrows telling you exactly where to go. Getting lost in Minecraft was a bitch. You had to get your bearings, keep exploring, and hope you find your way. Today, however, you can't get lost. You get a honking grey arrow pointing you in the right direction. In the case of Grand Theft Auto or Just Cause 3, having a GPS makes sense, but navigation being incorporated into something like the BioShock series was simply patronising. Not exactly being linear nor open world, why not let your players explore what they can of Rapture or Columbia rather than keep them on the straight and narrow? Number 7. Automatic full health recovery. You've just taken a barrage of bullets to the face. Plan? Sit in a corner and suck your thumb until the raspberry jam is cleared. Now you're ready for more pain! Regenerating health denies any real sense of jeopardy. The number of times I've just dropped to prone and waited it out after taking a missile to the jaw have been, well, too many. I'm not saying every title should reintroduce health kits, but regenerating 100% of your health every time just seems ludicrous. Regenerating a portion back and having to manually heal to get back up to speed would make more sense. Number 6. Auto-aim. Helicopters, airstrikes, and Metal Gear Solid bosses are perfectly entitled to the ability to shoot an apple from your head from 16 light years away. But the player having the ability to aimbot their opponents, that's a step too far. The biggest culprit here is Grand Theft Auto, as gunplay is a core mechanic. Lining up shots from behind cover and managing a clean headshot without effort is a crime against gaming. Where's the challenge? Where's the skill? Auto-aim can be toggled, however, but by default it's set to on, and you'll want to keep it that way for Battlefield, Far Cry 4, or GTA Online. The Last of Us, Max Payne 3, and Gears of War go to show that console shooters don't need auto-aim, so switch it off, why don't you? Number 5. Putting once unlockable content behind paywalls. I grew up playing a crap ton of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Finding the port on Xbox Live Arcade was like Christmas, but discovering the battle part of the equation was walled off as a DLC was like receiving an iPhone box with socks in it. Modern fighting games are the most obvious case, with many titles currently having, or will end up having, more DLC characters available than unlockable ones. Compare that to Tekken Tag Tournament, where 15 more characters were up for grabs by game progression alone. Number 4. QuickTime events. Yeah, but they're cinematic. Yes, as are 30 FPS cap games. When Shenmue showed a game could rely solely on QuickTime events, it was seen as a cinematic marvel. Whereas 18 years down the line, cinematic was another way of saying not interactive. They're not all bad when used sparingly. God of War uses them only occasionally, and it makes for a good novelty now and again, but overuse removes any feeling of independent input, and more like the kicking equivalent of Guitar Hero. The simple truth is, QuickTime events are killing what could be great games. so press F to pay your respects. Number 3. Incomplete early access games. Not so much for the console players watching, but early access games have been brought about on good intentions, but have been abused no end. The idea of getting constant feedback throughout development sounds like a foolproof way to get a game perfect upon release, but some devs have taken it upon themselves to release a title in early access and leave it there. Don't think players haven't taken notice. One Reddit user rallied players together to bombard the DayZ early access page on Steam with negative reviews in response to it reaching over 1,000 days in early access. Some titles in early access are looking promising to get a 1.0 release within a reasonable time frame, such as PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, but some still lurk around using the early access mantra to do nothing about their game's owies. Number 2. Publishers being afraid to take risks. Remasters are this generation's answer to exclusives, and it makes financial sense. Many games from previous generations hold up very well today, especially with a little facelift. It's safe and at a lower cost in comparison to creating a game from the ground up. But it's killing innovation and creativity on the AAA side. Sequel after remaster after reboot. The reluctance in offering original content is something one would assume would take a chunk out of profits. But if we keep embracing and subsequently funding the rinse and repeat nature of AAA franchises, originality will be left to the indie developers who aren't always given the time of day. And number 1, gamers. Say what you want about video game advertising being subconscious brainwashing, but our procedure of jumping on every sparkly new bandwagon irrelevant of our response to the previous title further fuels the vicious circle in which AAA gaming exists. Didn't like Assassin's Creed Syndicate? No problem, wash your hands of the franchise. Wait, Egypt. Sign me up. We as gamers are a vocal yet inactive demographic. When did we last band together to boycott practices we all agree are not acceptable in our industry? Ubisoft's rinse and repeat, EA and Activision's fetish for paywalls and $1.29 loot boxes bullshit. Stand up and make your voices heard. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'ma go grind for Liquid Divino on Black Ops 3. And that's our list. Anything else irritating you about the current generation of video games? Let us know in the comments section down below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. News, lists, and articles await over on whatculture.com, and if you're in dire need of pressing F to pay the respects, then do so over on Twitter. I'm Rich from whatculture.com, and I'm gonna go and find more DLC I haven't bought yet.